Okay guys, I want to call this video cutting tools on a budget. These are all cutting tools that I picked up at either flea markets or auctions or online auctions or whatever. And I just wanted to show you guys what you could get for a pretty low cost. And we will go over each one of these tools individually. Some of them are just handles, some of them are just heads, some of them are all put together, some of them I fixed up, some of them I've actually made myself. But the whole idea is that most of this stuff, I'll bet you all this stuff on this table didn't cost me any more than 50 bucks. Maximum, probably 50 bucks. And we will, I'll go over it and we can see what we got going on here. Here's a look at some of them laying on the table. And now we'll just get set up and I will go over them with you. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you off some of this stuff. I'm going to call this video cutting tools on a budget, I guess. And what I have here are a multiple bunch of knives, some axe heads, a couple axe handles, an axe, bunches of axes. But anyways, let's start with the saws. This here is a bow saw that I made myself. I happen to have the wood at the house, so I made it out of what I had at home. This wood happens to be cherry, and you know, you can make it out of pine, you can make it out of oak, you can make it out of hickory, you can make it out of whatever you want to make it out of. But the point was I was at a flea market and somebody had a bunch of these bow saw blades for sale for, I think they were $1 a piece, if I can remember it. They may have been 50 cents a piece. So for a 50-cent bow saw and 2 nails, which I cut down to make pins out of, and a piece of paracord and some free wood, I got myself a really nice cutting tool. It comes apart and packs into a bag, the canvas bag, which I do not have in here. Now, at the same time, even though this is bushcraft on a budget type of stuff, here's another little thing. Pick this up at a flea market. Chances are you're going to have a hard time finding something like this, but they're out there. Cost me 10 bucks. 10 bucks. And the only reason I even noticed what it was because when I saw it laying on the table, this case was all shut up and it was sitting on the table, and I saw this little tag. It said Frost River on it, and I thought, Frost River, that's got it. They always have good stuff. So I picked the bag up, asked the guy what he wanted for it. He looked at me and said, I don't even know what's in there. How about 10 bucks? So I bought it, brought it home. I already knew what was in it as soon as I opened up the end of it. But I bought it, and I actually looked at it while I was at the sale, but at the flea market. Brought it home, opened it up. When I got home, and what do you know? A brand spanking new bow saw. And this thing is like brand new. $10, and you got yourself a bulletproof cutting tool. Takes nothing to put it together. You just put the wooden thing in there like so. Take the nuts off, one of the nuts off here. I slide mine through the end like that. Through this end, put your washer and your nut back on. I may actually change this and go back to a rope on it, but for right now I'll probably just leave it like this. All the pieces were there. I got very lucky. Brand spanking new. $10 bow saw. I believe that's hickory. Probably last me the rest of my life. Now, that being said, I love this bow saw. This one is sometimes more handy, only because I have that much more depth of cutting power. I can cut another 3 or 4, about 3 inches deeper with this one than I can with this one. But for 10 bucks, I'll pick one of these up every day of the week if I could find one. Probably won't. So that's a really good deal. Okay, move on. Put this over here. The next thing I want to talk about is axes, okay? I was at a garage sale, picked up this axe. I made the case for it, had the leather laying around. Picked up this axe. It's not a fancy axe, it's just a boy's axe. Probably, I would say a 1 or 2.5, 2.25, 2.5 pound head. It's a Vaughn brand. It's razor sharp right now, and it is quite the cutting tool. I did a little cosmetic work on it, sharpened it up. The handle was exactly the way it was when I found it, and I made a leather case for it for $4. A $4 axe here. I'd buy one of these every day of the week if I could find one. Then to go with it, I got 2 axe handles. Bought these at a flea market. $5 a piece. I usually will pass on flea market handles because a lot of times they're junk. But I picked them up, looked at them, and the grain is perfect. Runs straight down the handle. Lines up this way, good proper handles. 2 of them, $5 a piece. The reason I bought them was because of this. I picked this up at an auction. This is a Halts Brooks 2.25 pound axe head. I haven't done anything with it yet. I got to grind. There's a little bit of a mushrooming on the pole, but once I get it all grind down, resharpened, new handle put on it, that will make a fine axe. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a lot of Swedish axes. I've kind of got quite an axe collection, actually. This is only a small percentage of the axes that I own, but the point is these were all axes that I bought on a cheap deal. I think I paid $30 for this head, $5 for the handle. So for $35, it's a nice axe head. Nice axe. Okay, I guess I'm over the $50 limit. Maybe there's about $100 worth of stuff on this table. I know at the beginning of the video I said 50, but if you take that axe and that saw out, it probably is 50. But anyways, okay, so I bought another smaller axe head a few months ago, and I haven't done anything with it either. It's a Sandvik, made in Sweden again, just like this one. The Halts Brooks one is made in Sweden too. And it's just a little 1.25 pound axe, which I'm going to put a handle on it. But the point is, $11 is all I paid for this thing. $11, and I got to find a handle for it, which I've been having a hard time finding a handle for. But the bad part was a week or 2 ago, I purchased another axe. This one. It's like almost brand new. It's another Sandvik. It's the same axe as that axe head right there. And it's brand spanking new. I mean, it's old, but it looks like brand new. I paid $9 for this, and I think about $6 in shipping. So about $15 for this. I did put a new edge on it, and this one's basically ready to go. Except for I don't know how much of this I'm going to use because it's still got its original decals and all that stuff on it. So chances are this one's going to get put away, and well, I got a baby boy on the way, so this might end up being his. But this one, I'm going to fix up for myself and just use it. Let's see, moving on. Okay, now, the axes we've talked about so far are Swedish axes, except for this one. This one is an old American axe.